Avenue, where Jesse hung out when he was young, they're still hanging out today at the old pool hall. Though some of his old high school mates are still here 30 years later, Jackson left this environment early to gain glory in football at all-black Sterling High School.
And you played ball in this?
I did, in this stadium. As quarterback?
As quarterback.
No, let me see. At the end of the stadium, down there, some blocks. On the very end, there was a section for color only. You learn quite early where not to sit in the stadium. You learn quite early where to sit on the bus. And you learn quite early what the consequences are. They're very violent.
What would happen if you sat in the white section of the stadium or the white section of the bus?
Well, either be arrested or beaten or both.
Jackson first actively responded to the indignities he suffered when he was in high school and worked at a local hotel as a waiter. He told Life magazine back in 1969 that he would spit in white people's food.
You worked at the Poinsett Hotel, in the kitchen. And if you didn't like somebody out front, you spat in their food.
You know, during the 1968-69 period, with all of the killing and...
Yep, unfortunately, you didn't hear the crack, on this 40 ounce of malt liquor, but best believe 100% malt liquor. But yeah, Reverend Jesse Jackson dead. Yep, grab a malt for Jesse.
I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all. I'm blicky black, blacker than black, I'm blacker than black, yo, because I'm black and I'm black. Yo, I'm black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blicky black, 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 and black, 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 y'all, and I'm black, y'all. And I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, cause I'm black. I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all. I'm blicky black, blacker than black, I'm blacker than black, yo, because I'm black and I'm black. Yo, I'm black and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black.
Yep, let me preach on it. Jesse ran for the president of the Democratic Party in 1984. Wasn't well liked. Even by the blacks.
And I'm black, y'all, and I'm big the black, 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 and the black, the black, 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 y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, cause I'm black. I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all. I'm bigger black, blacker than black, I'm blacker than black, yo, because I'm black and I'm black. Yo, I'm black and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm...
The riots and the rage, people fighting back many ways. I mean, one way to fight back was to prove that you would fight back, that you were not afraid. But I did not do that, and really shouldn't have said it, but I did, was fighting back. That's not who I am, and that's not what I did.
You're saying you didn't do it, but you said you did.
That's right. It was a way of fighting back.
Growing up, did you get bitter about whites?
A lot of pain. Bitterness for a while. I grew out of the bitterness, and I attribute a lot of that, in some sense, to Dr. King, who argued that we should get better and not bitter.
But one issue that has caused some bitterness on both sides is Jackson's relationship to the Jewish community. And I raised that issue at a Boston fundraiser.
In the primaries, big Democratic money is Jewish money. And you're still having trouble with that, with them.
Well, I certainly would not segregate the resources based on religious and ethnic basis.
No, I know.
Oh boy, Jesse, not a good decision going against the Jews when trying to run for president. Yep. That didn't end well. Yep, I'm not a Jew. I'm not a Jew from New York. Man,
Y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black and you're black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, 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 and I'm black, 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 y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black and I'm black, 'cause I'm black. I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all. I'm blicky black, blacker than black, black, I'm blacker than black, yo, because I'm black and I'm black. Yo, I'm black and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blicky black, 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 and I'm black, 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 y'all, and I'm black, y'all.
Yep, shout out to CB4.
And I really wish you wouldn't. I do not want to address that because I think that's a no-win situation.
It's a no-win situation because many Jews still remember Jackson 4 years ago describing New York City as Hymietown.
Brothers and sisters, let us receive the next president of the United States, the Reverend Jesse Louis Jackson.
And 4 years ago, Jackson's close association with black Muslim leader Louis Farrakhan. Recently on the campaign trail, Jackson criticized a black...
Oh boy. Endorsed by Louis Farrakhan, yeah. Not for nothing, you know. Now I understand why he didn't win.
supporter for continuing to bring up his rift with Jews. And his relationship with Jews is obviously a sensitive issue in the Jackson household.
What people wonder, some people, is it conceivable that Jesse Jackson is anti-Semitic?
Well, that was very painful to me to even hear that suggestion because, for one, to suggest that we may be anti-Semitic. And that is still very painful for me because we are not.
I think I was the first one to walk up to my father and told him that I had a Jewish friend named Jaime and what was the hang-up about the Hymietown incident. And he said, well, there are a great deal of Jewish people from New York. And I said, well, I've got a lot of friends named Hyman and named Jaime. And he said, that's just a nickname, and somehow it's been blown out of proportion and it's being taken negatively.
He talked about Hymietown, the steak. He then had Louis Farrakhan working with him, and he decided he was not going to disavow the support of Louis Farrakhan at that time. You told him not to apologize about Hymietown and not to cave in on the Farrakhan matter.
Louis Farrakhan came to us when we had very little support, when any number of threats were on my husband's life. He had an organization that was very organized, his very sophisticated system.
That, quote, sophisticated system black Muslim leader Louis Farrakhan provided for Jackson in 1984 was a security force that protected the Jackson family prior to their getting Secret Service protection. The reason? The hundreds of death threats Jackson said he received in 1984.
314 at last report, and 14 people actually arrested for assassination plots.
314 death threats.
That was the last report that the Secret Service gave to us, and 14 people were actually arrested because...
Yep, 314 confirmed troll comments to Reverend Jesse Jackson for running for president. Anti-Jewish, endorsed by Louis Farrakhan. Is what it is what it is. Yeah.
Black, y'all, and I'm black and black, 'cause I'm black. I'm black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all. I'm blicky black, blacker than black, black, I'm blacker than black, yo, because I'm black and I'm black. Yo, I'm black and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blicky black, 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 and I'm black, 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 y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, 'cause I'm black.
plots have been taken to that extreme.
If I perish, let me perish.
Jonathan, Yusef, and I, even when traveling with our father, have assumed the responsibility for protection in some areas of our father, and would even go so far as to stand in the middle of someone that might try to do bodily harm to him. I think that the importance of what he represents is certainly worth my own life and our own lives. Do we agree?
I agree.
And Jesse Jackson knows the frightening reality of assassination, for he was there when Dr. Martin Luther King was shot.
I was on the ground below, not on the same level, but on the ground below. And he was saying to me, Jesse, we're going out to dinner, you don't have a towel. So I said, well, Dr. King, you know, having a towel is not a prerequisite for eating. Having an appetite is. He laughed and said, you're crazy. And I said, Doc, and he's turned away, the bullet hit him and knocked him.
You mean you're down below and you're talking to him up there?
That's right. The bullet came from this way, hit him and knocked him down.
Toward the end of our few days together, I asked Jackson about an issue which, in light of the withdrawals of...
Yep, if Jesse would have wore a tie to dinner, you know, MLK wouldn't have got gunned down. Yep, should have wore a tie, guy.
Careful. Customers. That comment, some.
Trapaholics, real trap shit.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
I grew up with the goon, so what the fuck you think that made me? I'm not a game, so ain't no motherfucker played me. I got whipped, and I am not a slave, see? And I'm gon' ball like a motherfucker shade me. I grew up with the goon, so what the fuck you think that made me? I'm not a game, so ain't no motherfucker played me. I got whipped, and I am not a slave, see? And I'm gon' ball like a motherfucker shade me. Mac 11 on my seat with a silencer. Nigga run up off the street, I'ma fire her. On my cane, bitch, gon' kiss these rains, bitch. Gon' suck it, roll another, like that flame, bitch. I'm rich to the end, might as well spin this shit. Money on my plate, might as well finish it. Spaceship high, smoking out with E.T. I don't give a shit, I'm smoking out on TV. Wearing
We begin this morning with a Fox News alert. Civil rights activist Reverend Jesse Jackson has died at the age of 84. His family announcing the news overnight. More on his life and legacy right now.
Put your hands together for our leader,
Civil rights leader, politician, and community activist Jesse Louis Jackson was born October 8, 1941 in Greenville, South Carolina. He met Jacqueline Lavinia Brown. They got married in 1962 and together had 5 children. At that time, in the early 60s, the country was in the throes of the civil rights movement.
Will we be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood? I have a dream.
Jackson says he was so inspired by Dr. Martin Luther King, he went to work for him and was with King when he was assassinated in 1968.
Actually succeeded Dr. King after King's assassination in 1968 as the premier leader of the civil rights movement. I never stopped serving.
In 1971, Jackson founded a group called People United to Save Humanity, or Operation Push. Jackson ran for the presidency in 1983, but lost the Democratic nomination to Walter Mondale. In a second try in 88, Jackson landed second place in the Democratic...
Who? Oh, the guy that lost to Walter Mondale, and then Walter Mondale held the biggest L in election history. Wow, Jesus, man.
primaries, falling short to then Massachusetts Governor Michael Dukakis.
He played a significant role in the transition, to some extent, of the civil rights movement from protest to politics.
Around this time, the civil rights leader formed a group he named the Rainbow Coalition because it was made up of people from all races and ethnic backgrounds.
That is the unfinished business that I'm about, fighting for equal opportunity for all Americans and peace in the world.
Jackson's reputation took a major hit in early 2001. A tabloid broke the news that the Reverend fathered a child out of wedlock with one of his aides, Karen Stanford. Some supporters were outraged, but several civil rights leaders spoke out in support of Jackson.
And Reverend Jackson will get up, brush himself off, and keep on marching. And we'll be marching right there with him. Congratulations!
Over the years, Jackson was recognized over and over again for his work on equal rights and efforts to help the less fortunate. He collected over 35 honorary degrees.
Reverend Jesse Jackson is just so special, not just to us, not just to our country, but to our world.
Supporters say in the last several decades, Jesse Jackson did more than anyone to move this country's civil rights agenda forward.
We now have the first African-American president. It would not have been possible if it were not for Reverend Jesse Lewis Jackson. I've sought to be a long-distance runner. I would like to be measured by my box score, not by home run or the strikeout, but being a long-distance surfer.
And Jackson's followers promised the movement will continue.
We are not afraid.
Mike Tobin, Fox News.
And Carly, I think for a lot of the younger generations, the impact and the ubiquitousness of the Reverend.
When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And in my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, oh, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. When the broken-hearted people living in the world agree, there will be an answer, let it be. Though they may be parted, there is still a chance that they will see. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, oh, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, oh, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be.
Yeah, shout out to John Lennon's first son, Julian, aka Muskrat. Yeah, let it be, God, let it be. Yep, no door foam. Canada's a shithole. Fuck you, Fat Reggie. Man,